River ringing stones brings. Hello, invisible friends. I am Logo, and I want to share with you the logical steps we can take if we have a major disease and some tips to face it while still attending to the treatments and recommendations of your doctors. Life and death are absolutely linked to each other when children teach us that they are part of a normal process of life and that one day it will be our turn. In those times, we might think that we should all grow old and then die. We also think that some accident or catastrophe could bring us to an end. Of course, in unforeseen cases, it is impossible to calculate things perfectly, since many variables that do not depend on us interact, such as when a mechanical failure causes a vehicle to collide with another in which the victims are. Beyond the tragedy of a child, one thinks that things only happen to a few unfortunate people, but nothing bad should happen to you or your family. The truth is that things happen, and when it's time, we can't do much. In any case, we have lived helplessly with the departure of family and friends. In many cases, we are left with the thorn, what would I have done to help? Difficult question and answer. Recognizing that we will not be able to change what happens outside at our own will is not an easy task. Changing collective consciousness requires a strength that as individuals we lack. We are not emperors or gods. Our possibility is to show the truth either by scientifically calculable facts or by traditional methods that are known to give results. We can use methods to be healthier and live less adrift according to what is dictated to the collective and guided like a fool to its own gallows. As in contracts, we don't read the fine print as if others are better than us and we should worship their deceptive offers. Something that we need to get a better handle on is how the human body works in all aspects, even if not in all its details. You don't have to be an athlete to exercise periodically. You don't have to be a chef to know how to cook in a healthy way. You don't have to be a yoga teacher to avoid situations of interpersonal conflict that don't bring anything good. I try to make a very simple user manual so that they can see beyond and can, by their effort and mastery, lay the foundations for a healthier path. I'm not trying to convince anyone, let alone enter into a debate. Those who don't want to understand the basic processes of our nature have the right to follow the path they like best. I don't know if one day saying up means down and that the fish are the birds. Our whims are and will be that, but it is a sign of evolutionary incapacity. An elegant way of saying that because we are stupid, we change our inoperability into appearance without achieving anything. It's like a bad baseball team wanting to make an improvement if we put first base as a pitcher and third base as center field. Actually, the incompetence is still there, but in a different form. That's how I see and hear people talking about details, when in reality the most important thing is forgotten or disqualified. And when the message is hard to ignore, our arrogance attacks the messenger. We will do everything we can to cover up our mistakes. Beyond a certain human phenotype, if we don't have a real disease, no one is born obese, diabetic, hypertensive, or usually with cancer. And metabolic processes mostly depend on our food and lifestyle. So, if we change those habits a little bit, we will improve a little bit, and if we change them a lot, we will change a lot. So many people indulge themselves and blame their genes. We're all fat at home. Look at my brothers. Instead of saying we all eat badly and unhealthy at home and I don't exercise at all, and if I could, I would eat all day. Others say they don't eat sugar, but they don't tell you all the sodas they drink in a day. It's not much different from gambling addicts who say, I won $2,000 at poker this weekend, and don't comment that their house already belongs to the casino. Step by step, we can improve if we move away from what is bad for us, and that will depend on the will of each one. I want to dedicate this information to all the people who did not manage to overcome their illnesses by finishing their journey earlier. It's not easy to watch our loved ones fall apart. I hope this information will help you improve your condition or that of your loved ones. To love really means to care, don't you think? It is your decision to take the steps to move forward. I would especially like to thank the researchers and their entire team for having made significant progress in the knowledge of our organism. Dr. Thomas Seyfried for understanding the fermentation processes in the mitochondria in cancer cells and revealing that it is a metabolic disease and not a hereditary one. Dr. Nathan Bryan for discovering the processes and mechanisms of nitric oxide as a neurotransmitter and as a precursor to functional health. I congratulate biophysicist Andreas Kalker for his research and dissemination of the proper use of chlorine dioxide as a treatment for multiple conditions, and his tenacity despite the power wielded against him by the transnationals, demonizing his work through all the media. I would also like to thank you for communicating in a practical and didactic way. Dr. Robert Lustig for wanting to explain to all people in a practical way many lies and myths that academic medicine currently maintains despite being obsolete concepts that lead us into error. Dr. Stephen Gundry and Dr. Sten Ekberg for making the public aware of each one with their YouTube channel, dedicated especially to food to maintain our health and know how the human body works with the food it consumes. A special recognition to Lucy Fernandez for dedicating her life to bioenergetic therapies and her support to this dissemination about rubbing and clay therapies among other of her practices and their influence on the well-being of our health and fullness. If you liked the video and want to help spread the word, remember to click on the bell and subscribe to receive more information like this. Remember that step by step we can improve. The worst thing is to do nothing. Invisible friends, we see ourselves in the mirror,